Yes, people, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. Please, before we start, hit that notification button, which will alert you every single time we come on, and hit that like button and the subscription button. The like helps us like trend around YouTube, and people will see us, obviously, and they will tune in and see what we do. And subscription helps us grow as a family, so let's please do that. I'll be bringing this hopefully on a daily basis. I think I had enough rest, so let me try. So we're going to be talking about transfer updates on this one. So let's start with Luka Suc. He plays for Salzburg in Austria. He's a left-footed player. He's a playmaker. In Croatia, they label him as the next Modric. So that means a lot, in my opinion. If they label him as the next Modric, he might not be as good as Modric. He might be better than Modric. We don't know. So we just go along what they're saying in that country, because they know more than us about players. He's young. He's 19 years old. So he's got the whole, he's got a whole career ahead of him, and the world is oyster. He's one of those players that's comfortable with the ball. He's a left-sided player. He takes shots from the outside, which Liverpool are missing anyway. We need players that can take shots from the outside, because a majority of our players don't do that. Maybe Thiago at times, maybe Fabinho at times. Henderson used to do it, but he stopped doing it. You saw him against Man City. He had an opportunity, but he tried to do a through ball, which didn't make sense. But that's what we need. We need we need to look for the next step for Liverpool Football Club, because we can't be stuck with 30-year-olds that's going to be 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 in the next years. And we haven't got nothing coming behind them to replace them. In the old days, Liverpool used to go in a direction of like buy young players, put them in the reserves. When the player they're supposed to replace is getting on a bit, or we have to sell him, we get rid of that player, they come in like nothing's changed. That's what we need to do with these players. Yeah, so he plays for Salzburg. He's played 39 games this season, scored 6 goals from a playmaker position. We are linked with him. Transfer hasn't been discussed yet, but we're just linked with him at the moment as the next stage of Liverpool Football Club. Buying younger players who are going to be stars in the future, because that's what we create at Liverpool. We don't buy stars, we create stars. So yeah, from what I've seen of him, he's going to be an outstanding player. I only saw clips of him. I don't watch Salzburg a lot, but he looks like he's going to be one of those players that's going to be like looked at by many big clubs, and I hope he does well. I hope he does do well, and Liverpool get him eventually. But we're just linked with him at the moment, so don't take my transfer news, breaking news. It's nothing to do with that. It's just we're linked with this player for future Liverpool players that we need to replace the current players who are getting on a bit. Next Modric, I don't know. We'll see. That's enough about him. So we're going to be talking about Gleison Bremer, who plays for Torino in Italy. He's a Brazilian centre back. He's 25 years old, right-footed player. Pretty solid, pretty quick, and everybody knows we don't know the situation with Gomez at the moment. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go in the summer? He needs first team football, so Liverpool are looking at other centre backs just to cover that position in the future. This player, Gleison Bremer, he's strong. He looks like pretty strong centre back. He's one of those centre backs like the bit like Konate, they like to use their strength in awkward situations, and he's pretty quick as well. He hasn't got a Brazilian cap yet, as many of you think, but it looks like he's on his way to becoming a Brazilian international. You never know, you might see him in the World Cup for Brazil as well. But yeah, he looks like a typical Liverpool player, play from the back, and quick, and uses his strength as well at the same time. Like I said, I don't know what the situation is with Gomez. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? A lot of sources say like he's unhappy not getting first team football, and he doesn't want to play right back. But that's the only position we've got for him at the moment. And if he decides to leave, Gleison Bremer or someone of that ilk will be probably looking at in the future, and to replace the likes of Gomez. Like Van Dijk and Matip, they are in their prime at the moment, at their peak. and we can't really rest our laurels with them, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. They could get a serious injury, they might not recover, or you know, like as you get older, the injuries, once that hits you, it becomes regular, and you know, it's not the same anymore. We don't want to like go to like in a situation like we was with Daniel Sturridge. You know what I mean? We don't want to go in that kind of situation anymore. Like, we want players that's ready to play every time we need them in important stages of the season. And we'll see with Gleison Bremer. But we're linked with him strongly, and I'm only assuming probably Gomez could be on his way in the near future to get first in football elsewhere, and a lot of good teams are chasing him. But the thing with Gomez is, like, once he gets, you know, once he gets in the team and he has a run in the team, he gets injured a lot, and he hasn't got a consistent way of playing either, if you know what I mean, people. Like, he could be hot and cold. He plays probably 3 good games, and then he could have another 3 bad games. And whenever I see him as a centre back, he doesn't win his battles in the air. Yes, on the floor he's quick and he can pass. You know, in a calm manner, and in a way that is safe. That's what he does as a centre back. You don't see him like doing a long ball like Matip or Van Dijk, but he just, you know, keeps it safe and, you know, plays it around the back. But he makes a lot of errors as a centre back from my perspective as well. I think, like, for a centre back, you should win the air first of all at all costs. It doesn't matter your size. Look at Carvalho, who used to play for Chelsea. He was not that big, but he used to win it majority balls in the air. If you want that position, you got to win things like that. You got to, like, pace strikers when they're going through on goal. You got to do the right slight tackles. So that's a lot of things. He's 24, yes, Gomez, but that's a lot of things where we need from him. But, you know, injuries have stopped his career majority of the times. But it's up to Klopp. It's up to Klopp. Can he trust him enough to play him in the next seasons? I don't know. But Gleison Bremer looks like he's ready. He looks like he's not injured a lot. He's 25. He's right-footed, and he could cause a lot of damage in the Premier League in the future as well. Yes, like, he hasn't got a Brazilian cap yet, but it looks like he's on his way. You know, getting that in the near future. Yeah, that's what I got for Gleison Bremer. We're linked with him strongly. But it depends on the centre backs we got, like, you know, Gomez or Phillips, if they're gonna be moving on next summer. So yeah, it's building for the future, people. Like, it doesn't have to be like 19-year-olds and then we wait for them for 5 years to become a first team player. But we could have like 25-year-olds like Jota, like Diaz, and be ready for the next stage of Liverpool Football Club, which we're already doing. That's how I see it when I look at Liverpool at the moment, and I see Klopp did that before with Salah, Mane, you know, etc., and Van Dijk. He did that before, Alisson as well, and look how that worked out. We've won title with it, like we won like multiple titles, so it can happen. It can happen, and if you do both, it'll be superb, because at least there's current players, and then there's going to be players that's going to be following them in the future, if you know what I mean. And at least you won't stop and start again. It'll be just continuing in one line instead of like having a zigzag all the time. Yes, Gleison Bremer he's a good centre back, plays in Italy for Torino. We'll see what happens in the near future. Yes, we're strongly linked with him, but we'll see. So we move on to Fabio Carvalho. Majority of sources that's close to the club, majority of the you know, press and Fabrizio Romano, etc., have said this deal has already been done. 7 million with add-ons, and you know, how he plays in the future, where he goes if he wins titles. That's how the add-ons will come in the future as well. What do I think about him? I watched him a couple of times, people. He looks like a younger version of Coutinho, if you know what I mean, but with more pace and more, I can't say technical ability, but more patience with the ball. Like, he can control the ball in tight areas and turn side to side, and won't be afraid if the ball comes to him, because, you know, like, we've got a lot of players in our midfield that when the ball comes to them, they always hesitant, and then they just hit it for the sake of hitting it, and it goes to the opponent's half, and they get it and they retrieve it and they go counter attack. But with him, he looks like he's composed. He looks like he's got the ability to, you know, run with the ball and take on defenders, that put the eye of a needle pass as well. He's only 19 and the future looks bright for him. Obviously Harvey Elliott is there, Curtis Jones is there. Players like that can help him along, and you know, around the same age range. And you know, for the future, like, it will probably motivate people like Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, because they can see another kid their age is coming to the team and willing to take their place if they don't like step up. So it might motivate. The best thing about this is the younger players, if they see there's other young players around them that's good as well, it will push them up that high, in a higher ceiling, and make them think, oh, I don't want to be like, you know, be left behind and probably go on loan if there's new players coming in. I want to be in the same team as them and compete for a position. But yeah, Fabio Carvalho is a Portuguese international who played for England under 18s, under 17s, and under 16s. So Portugal came in and, you know, took him away from England. He was born in Portugal. He wasn't born in England either, but he stayed here for a long time, which is why he was eligible to play for England. Yes, this deal is pretty much done. It's just a matter of time before they announce it. From like a lot of sources that's close to the club, and you know, Fabrizio Romano as well. A lot of people don't agree what he says, but sometimes he does get it right. Let's just be honest there. And yeah, Fabio Carvalho, I'm all for that. I've seen him play against Man City in the FA Cup. He scored a goal against them, and the way he controlled that midfield with his turning ability. He's a number 10, people. He's a number 10, but has a lot of qualities. A lot of qualities that we would like at Liverpool Football Club. Hard working, and, you know, dribble, set pieces as well. And, you know, he can shoot from outside the box. He could do a lot of stuff, this kid, and the future looks bright for him at Liverpool Football Club. I'm certain he is here now. We wouldn't give them Nico Williams if we wasn't going to get a deal through with Fabio Carvalho. Because why would you give a player to a team that's not willing to work with you to get a transfer through? It won't make sense. It won't make sense. Even though everybody knows his contract is coming to end at the end of the season, but while he is in the contract now, if you buy him now, then it will be much better for Liverpool Football Club. And like, instead of like having a fights with other teams like that's gonna come in for him. Oh, we want him. Oh, we want him. And you know, the player's head will be turned. His agent will chase the most money. You know, etc. Things like that can't happen with Liverpool. Just get it over the line, and it's done. It's done anyway. It's already got over the line. It's just a matter of time before Liverpool Football Club announce it. Yes, people. Please, if you enjoyed this, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll give you some more updates in the near future in transfers and whatever gossips going around our club. And hopefully I'll be going to games as well. I'm already looking for tickets for the next few games and see where we go from there. I'll see you after the Benfica game on the review show. Take care, everyone. Take care.